Still okay. All right. I just want you to have a look at the title I have chosen. And I will be happy if the participants try to talk about what do we mean by communicative grammar, especially this part, teaching beyond the rules. Do we have any daring person who wants to talk?
Check.
Okay, go ahead.
I think communicative grammar is the things that we can communicate, that we can communicate, like can give our knowledgeable to other person and share our knowledge to other person.
Oh, thank you very much. And any other ideas? No? Even
Hi,
you,
can you
you
hear
can
me?
simply put your ideas in the chat box. Okay,
Yes, I
Masa?
think a communicative grammar means something like using the grammar out of the context of rules and everything that is like
Thank you.
limiting it. And it's like
Thank you.
more communication based instead of like teaching the correct grammar. It's like we can teach our students to actually use the grammar to convey their meaning and
Fantastic.
their
Very
message.
good
Yes.
idea, Masa. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good. Look, during this session, I'm going to go through two areas, but it's a painful task. I have scrambled it, and I want you to unscramble the session aims, what I'm going to do. Can you unscramble? Put the words in the order to make them meaningful. Session aims. Can you think of everybody?
Maybe it's, yes, sorry, go. Rule-based grammar reflects on traditional instruction limitations.
You need to make changes, Masa. And what about the second? Okay. Again, for the interest of time, yeah, look at these. These are the things that I am trying to reach as my aims at the end of the session. Reflect on the limitations of traditional rule based grammar instruction and explore practical strategies for teaching grammar communicatively. Uh, Now, look, my sessions are a bit different. It's all about you are trying to do something. Look at this picture. Do you see it? And I want you, you've got 4 minutes to create a story based on the picture you see here. Everybody, you've got 4 minutes. Try to create a story. Even you can write your stories in the chat box. Okay. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone who wants to talk about this picture? Maybe Puria, Ibrahimi, Mahsa. The point is because this is uh, Google Meet, I can't see you now, and it is annoying a bit. Okay. So what if I connect with my mobile as well?
Yeah, I just see a man who is looking for the light and sound, who is looking for something real, craving for the fact of being, maybe.
Good.
Do you hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah,
do.
I have a bit of connection problems. I was trying to handle that. Okay, yeah, I see a young boy who is on a journey in a jungle, in a
Oh,
forest, and uh, he's sitting on a trunk to get um, some rest, and suddenly he sees an old man with a crane, with a cane waiting for him on the way.
good. Uh, any other idea? What do you think yourself, Amir? Yeah, fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah, getting some kind
Yeah.
of guidance.
Look, this is
Can I
the
give opinion?
who is speaking?
Sara Kalekhani.
Sarah, go ahead.
Yes, I think it has some complicated roads.
Oh,
Some complicated roads. It
complicated
has,
Mm,
road.
yes,
Yeah,
complicated road.
there is a
And
fork basically.
yes,
Okay, all right. Yeah, thank you. Look, you see a young man who is trying to seek wisdom. He sets off and he reaches to a fork in the middle of a forest. Uncertain which way to go, he sees a wise old man and he asks which way to go to find wisdom. The man, without delay, says, "You take the left hand." The young man, during his journey, faces a lot of hardship, pushing him to his limits. And after a long time, he understands that the road is a dead end. And then he retraces his steps back to see the old wise man, to see which way to go to find wisdom. And after he is coming back, he sees the wise old man is dead. Okay, what is the message of this?
so scary.
No,
it's too terrifying.
no. The message is never ever trust an old wise
And
man like me.
mhm.
Try to find your own path, create your own ones. At the very
Yeah.
beginning, Amir was talking about sharing wisdom and knowledge. Wisdom is something that you can't share easily, and never ever trust people. Find your own way. Okay, now what is this picture? Look, you see someone is peeking, right? Through the keyhole. This is you. Look at your own classrooms and see how you teach grammar. So if you are a novice teacher or if you are a teacher candidate, sees uh, through the keyhole to see your teachers teaching you grammar. And if you are a teacher already, try to see your own classrooms, how you teach your grammar lessons. How do you usually teach your grammar lessons? You can either write or share your opinions.
Sure, I can teach our students by teaching in deductive grammar.
Deductive, you mean?
No, in deductive. Opposite
Inductive.
of deductive. Yes.
Okay.
Inductive.
So you are trying to do it inductive, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Any other ideas? I see Paria, Eileen, Faize, Yalda, M.
Yes. Well, I generally use stories or poems, um, something that is of interest to the students, and then I try to make them curious. Um, like when I enter the class, and if I have a grammar lesson, I don't say, "Okay, today we're going to talk about this grammar." I try to make them curious about that specific grammar rule by
Fantastic.
asking them some questions or just giving them a short story or just telling them a story myself. Yeah, I use indirect methods.
Fantastic ideas. I see Maysam. Maysam, would you like to talk?
Teacher, can at some points I
Yeah.
try to have some games such as icebreaker, such as some games with our students.
Look, icebreakers are everywhere. It is not just about teaching grammar. Icebreaker is icebreaker, but yeah, good. So thank you. Now I see again. Maysam, would you like to talk?
I'm Muhammad Mahdi. Hello.
Hello, Mohammed Mahdi.
Yes. Ghazali, like Ghazali said, you are you have to interest and engage in students, but it's hard. It's not a easy job. It needs so many try and attempts, and
Good.
I think it's like that.
Yeah, good. Uh, Now look at this. Narges, you go ahead.
Do you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. I believe the most important part is making them feel the need of knowing that grammar. See,
Can
I
you
believe
go
this is the
ahead?
first
Lovely
step.
idea. Go ahead.
Yes, I first create an environment where they feel the need of knowing that grammars. They have to know the grammar to maybe unlock some doors and be able to communicate their means.
Okay, Narges, can you drop some very practical examples? Because I love your idea.
Well, maybe, for example, if I am going to teach the future time, I ask them about their future plans and their, what they're going to do in the future.
So, what is the tense you are going to teach for future?
For example, maybe be going to.
Okay, and what do you ask them?
Like, for example, I ask them, what are you going to do
Okay,
next week? Or
wait.
maybe, what are
Narges,
you going to do in
Narges,
the
Narges,
upcoming?
Narges.
Yes,
The
yes,
point of teaching them the future be going to is
yes,
that they don't know how to use be going to, and you are
exactly.
using be going to in your question. This is wrong. Remember,
Well, I
never
don't
ever,
really.
never ever use the uh, grammar you are going to teach in your own questions.
Well, I thought maybe it would be a good idea to make them familiar with the structure at first.
All right. Look, approaches are different,
Hmm.
but talking about the grammar you are going to teach is not wise. Okay.
I
Nagis,
understand.
thank you very much.
Thank you
And
so much.
do we have
Teacher,
any
I want
other?
some opinions on the chat box.
Yeah, thank you. I will read them. Thank you. Thank you. Now, look at this idea from Michael Swan. What does it mean by saying learning grammar is easier than learning a language? Do you hear me, guys?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, we
Yeah.
do.
What does Michael Swan? You know, Michael Swan is very famous for his grammar books.
Grammar and use.
Yeah, lots of grammar ideas, even articles, books he has written. What is this learning grammar is easier than learning a language? The point is, for years in different countries, people tried to teach different methods, especially focusing on direct grammar teaching without being able to use those grammar. And yeah, honestly speaking, yeah, learning a grammar is much easier than learning a language because language is far more than just simple grammar we are learning. Now, um, can you think of some bad reasons to teach grammar, everybody?
Teacher, can I say this answer? This question of answer?
Sorry, what do you
The
mean?
last question?
The previous one?
Yes.
What was that?
Grammar is just the rules.
Yeah,
And the second one, language is more than grammar.
yeah. But it wasn't
And
a question. It was just a statement from somebody famous like Michael Swan.
yes, and you
Yeah.
can learn grammar without speaking. Just this.
All right, thank you. Now, uh, I see again a lot of people, Sevin, if I'm not mistaken, Fatime, Yalda. I have just these names. I don't know why. But, there are 25 people.
Maybe one of the poor reasons can be just focusing on fluency. Maybe on
Who
just
is speaking?
Solmaz is speaking.
Solmaz. Yeah.
Maybe one of the reasons that we just think that teaching grammar is necessary, we just want to focus on fluency, maybe just speaking, just giving, delivering the message. Maybe
Mhm.
accuracy is not that much important for us.
Okay. Any other ideas for bad
Maybe,
reasons?
yeah, maybe because grammar, some teachers think grammar is the most important part of language, or
Mm.
overemphasizing grammar, maybe at the expense
Yeah,
of
that's
vocabulary pronouncing.
overemphasizing the grammar. Fantastic.
Yes.
Good.
Teacher, can I say?
Yeah.
Because students get bored and it doesn't help with speaking and no real communication.
Okay.
And better reason
Look,
is that teacher
I
grammar.
think
So,
I think you didn't get the question right. It is
yes.
about the bad reasons to teach grammar. Look, uh, your answer is nothing to do with my question. You need to rethink, please. Now, uh,
Sorry.
look, so many people uh, teach grammar because they say because it is there. Once Mallory, I don't know, have you ever heard of the Mallory? He was the first person who climbed Mount Everest. And then people asked him, why did you climb such a big mount, very tall, quite hard? He said, because it is there. Because it is in the books, because it is part of the curriculum or syllabuses, is not a good idea to teach grammar. Another bad reason, according to Michael Swan, is because it's tidy. Honestly speaking, teaching grammar is easy because it is
Mm.
boxed one. It has rules and regulations, and people can easily follow it. And you, as a teacher, you feel the ease of teaching it, but it is not a good reason. It is testable. Yes, it is very easy to create a lot of tests using grammar, and that's why so many people. It is the uh, favorite part of teaching language. Another bad reason is grammar as a security blanket. You know what? Because people know the grammar well, so that's where they feel that they're quite confident, and that's where they can dominate students, show off maybe. Again, a bad reason. And you know what? Um, Especially native speakers, because they already don't know a lot of grammar, so after trying to become a teacher, they start learning long lists of grammar. Grammar teaching or grammar learning becomes a part of their character. So it seems that without teaching grammar, they do not feel enough teachers or enough useful for their classrooms. Sorry, I think they are attacking us.
Very interesting. Number five is very interesting.
Yeah, and then
Mm.
the next idea, the next bad idea is you have to teach the whole system. You know what? Because in these books, I mean, course books, grammars are quite related, and we think that to teach, for example, a special grammar, we need to chain it to the previous one and to the one coming after that. And this is another bad reason for teaching grammar. And this last thing, which is my favorite, look, in so many of authoritarian countries, like uh, you can I don't want to name them, there is this the countries with hierarchies, there is much of interest for teaching and learning grammar. For example, if you compare Russia or some other communist countries, China, there is the system that teaching grammar perfectly and testing it easily. So it seems that teaching grammar, there is a link between uh, teaching grammar and the uh, power layers in a country. And now I will go with good reasons to teach grammar. Look, if the grammar I'm teaching helps for the comprehensibility of something, then it's a good reason to teach it. And then if the grammar I'm teaching makes the language more acceptable, it increases the acceptability of it, it's a good reason. Sorry, I got a cold and I'm sweating because of this cold. So sorry for this. Thank you. No, it happened yesterday. No, no worries, no worries. I'm enjoying your presence, everybody from Zanjan, right? Everybody's from Zanjan, right? Good, good. Yeah. Um, Look, more than thousands articles are written for the connection between learning and teaching grammar. and the increase in the level of self-confidence. So because it increases the self-confidence of learners, that's a good reason to teach it. And the list goes on. Now, uh, I just want to, sorry. Yeah. Approaches to teaching grammar. You already talked about deductive and inductive. I just don't want to go through it because you're already familiar with these theories. I just want to put them here, like deductive, inductive, communicative approach, contextualized grammar teaching, which I really like it, and lexical approach. Later on, you can have a look at these because I want to go to the core of my workshop tonight. Now, this question is very important. What should be taught in a grammar lesson? What do you think? If you want, you can write in the chat box or you can talk. For example, when we want to teach grammar, we 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 teach the rule itself, the grammatical structure. What else do we teach when teaching grammar? Amir said the reasons to use the grammar. Good. And already I missed this. I see Ghazale Bayat has written focus on meaning before form. Fantastic idea. The meaning it conveys. Good. Ghazale. So, Amir said the use. Ghazale said meaning. And Puya Ibrahim.
Sentence structure, maybe parts of a speech.
Yeah, parts of speech or what?
Sentence, whatever you're teaching.
Look, when we are
Sentence
teaching
structure.
vocabulary
Mm-hmm.
as a blocking vocabulary, for example,
Yes, as
we
a
talk
blocking.
about parts of a speech of it, but in a grammar, no.
Yeah.
And then ways to convey meaning. So far, meaning and use, good. Rehana said we should teach for speaking and communicating, yes. Words related to the grammar. What do you mean, Mahdis, by this? Mahdis? How and why it is used? Yeah. Guided discovery.
Hi, sorry. I mean, if you're just teaching past, you can just teach some vocabulary to the past form. Just that.
So, what was your name?
Mahdis.
Yeah, words related to that grammar. Yeah, necessary language to be used beforehand. Yes. And Ghazala, why guided discovery?
I think we should ask guiding questions rather than just giving
Yeah,
rules outright.
it's a fantastic idea, but when we say what should be taught in a grammar lesson, I think what you are saying, guided discovery, is fantastic. It's a part of the process of teaching grammar. But relating to this question was difficult for me. And context, good. Context based. Solma saying gradual introduction of the grammar. Solmas, can you go ahead with this idea of gradual introduction of the grammar? Because I like that.
I think it's better to introduce the vocabularies as parts of a speech and say, for example, what is adjective, what is the noun, detail by detail, gradually teach them the parts of a speech, the role of the word in a sentence.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, Everyone read this, which comes from the Harmer, Jeremy Harmer's book, How to Teach English. Grammar is the hidden code that structures. Oh, huh? Muhammad Reza Mortazavi. Fantastic. Yeah. Grammar is the hidden code that structures our thoughts into meaningful communication. Yes, but the point is, Mamaza, you are philosophizing grammar now. It's very difficult. I need to decode this first and then understand it. No, I just joking. A great idea, Mamaza. By the way, if you like, whenever you
Thank you
want,
so
you want
much.
to talk, just go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Hello to everyone. Um, thank you, Mr. Khani, for inviting me to this meeting. Well, I was just attempting to say that grammar is the backbone of language, which
Mm,
is a system of meaning making. Without grammar, language is just a bunch of random words that might not be translated into meaning.
yeah, perfect, Mamaza. Thank you very much. So, look at this. The teacher's chief task when teaching grammar is to show the students what the language means and how it is used. So far, meaning and use, and must also show them what the grammatical form. So, when teaching grammar, form is important of the new language as an and how it is said and written. What is it? How it is said and written. So, in summary, these four are the areas we need to focus while teaching grammar: meaning, use, written form, spoken form. So, um, mates, do you think that there is a priority for any one of them? Which one comes first while teaching grammar? Which one should come next? And which one should come at the end? Any idea? You can write or you can talk. We've got meaning, we've got use, we've got spoken form and written form. Should they come in order? Meaning and use go hand in hand. Mm, good. Any other ideas? I'm waiting for your ideas, guys. Your green, colorful ideas. That's how communication is formed. So keep this in mind: meaning, use, written form, spoken form. And I'm going to do a lesson, and at the end, you will answer this question. Um, so, based on the community of practice, we should teach meaning first, use then, spoken form, and written form. And the reason why spoken form comes before written form is the matter of fossilization and the way in which people uh, pronounce wrong. So I see grammar is the meaning, use, spoken form, and written form. Good. Amir, correct. Meaning, use form. Good, 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 good. Now, arkadaşlar, I'm going to do a sample lesson. Now you are not teachers, you are not teacher candidates, you are going to be intermediate students. So do not outsmart your level, and I'm going to teach, not train this time. All right? Ready, everyone? Okay. Uh, Look at this picture. What do you see? You can write or talk. It's good to talk, even, some of you. What's wrong with him?
Yes,
Fatima,
sir. Do I sound clear? So I see a young man who's thinking and maybe is sad.
yeah, he seems to be sad, right?
Depressed.
Yeah, why do you think he's sad? For, as I said, depressed one, a bored person. Yeah, a man who is thinking about something. Yeah. So, can you talk about the reason why he is sad? Remember, you are students, you are not teachers, you are not trainees, you are just normal students. He has had a tiring day. Nargis, yeah, go ahead.
Maybe he's had a quarrel with his wife.
Oh, he has a quarrel with his wife. Good. Maybe let's go to another slide. You see how Nargis, it was Nargis, right? Who said so? Yeah. What is happening here? Guys, failed an important exam. No, maybe yeah, Nargis. Nargis, go ahead.
Well, I suppose the wife is complaining about how her husband is only thinks about his job and never uh, puts time and effort on making and pleasing her happy.
Yeah, very, very typical, right?
Yes.
Okay. And let me read some of them. He's heartbroken, Faiza said, and because he can't solve his problem. Yeah. So you see that the first picture, the man is Jim, and here you see Jim and Sally, his wife, are quarreling. Can you guess why you said why he, yeah, her husband spends the time and effort on his own work, not her life, maybe you said? Good. The first wife just found out about the first one. You mean the second one? Who is that? Muhammad Reza. Yeah, Muhammad Reza, the first wife, just found out about the first one. How is the first one and first one?
Well, the second one,
Maybe
actually,
the
maybe
second
the
one,
first
huh?
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the first one just not the first one.
Yeah. She was just thinking that she was the first one there, but there was another first one. Yeah, I think it's perfect. And Purya said simultaneous. You are talking about bigamy or polygamy, right?
Yes, polygamy.
Good.
Yeah,
Polygamy.
polygamy.
Oh, oh, good. Good. So far, Jim is sad. Jim and Sally are quarreling, and we don't know why. There are a lot of guesses. First wife, second wife. It says if it was that, he wouldn't be there. Oh, Mahdis is angry. Good, good, good. Now you see Sally, right? What's happening in this picture? You can talk. Yeah, that's Sally's birthday. What do you see Jim? There is no
I
Jim.
don't see the resemblance in faces of Sally in the previous and the present slide. I mean, they're two different
No, they
faces.
are not. Look, the one here, she's very angry and no makeup, and
Yeah,
here,
releasing a dragon inside. Yes, but
yeah, here
in
there
this
is
present.
makeup. And you see Jim, right? Where is he? At the time of the birthday, Jim is watching a football match in a pub, drinking beer. See?
See, I told you, Sally is mad that he doesn't put enough time for her. See?
Yeah, see? Um, what the second wife's birthday party, the husband spent a lot of money on this. Yeah, the second wife's no, no, Mama is like good. So far, Jim is sad. They have quarrel. Sally is having a birthday at the same time. Jim is watching a football match with his wild friends and drinking beer in a pub. What is happening? Okay, this is Jim begging his wife, right? What does he say? Now he says, listen, everybody, I wish I hadn't forgotten her birthday. I wish I hadn't forgotten her birthday. Everybody, after me, I wish I hadn't forgotten her birthday. Repeat.
I wish I hadn't forgotten her birthday.
Because we can't have this simultaneous repeating, so you corally repeat it. Then Nargis, I wish I hadn't forgotten her birthday. Nargis, repeat after me. I wish I hadn't forgotten her birthday. No, no, Nargis. Faize, I wish I hadn't forgotten her birthday. Repeat after me. Hello? Amir, I wish I
Sorry.
hadn't
I
forgotten her
wish
birthday.
I hadn't forgotten her birthday.
Okay. Okay, everybody, corally. Her birthday.
Her birthday.
Her
Her
birthday.
Her
birthday.
birthday.
Okay. Hadn't forgotten her birthday.
Hadn't
Hadn't
forgotten her
forgotten her
birthday.
Birthday.
I
Hadn't
wish I
forgotten
hadn't
her
forgotten her
birthday.
birthday.
I wish
I
I
wish
wish
I
I
hadn't
hadn't
I
forgotten
wish
forgotten
I
her
her
hadn't
birthday.
birthday.
forgotten her birthday.
Okay, sorry for this noise. I had to. Okay. Now, look at this question. Can he change what happened last night? Yes or no?
No.
No, so I see no's. Good. Is he talking about the present or past or present? Say
Past, definitely.
past. So past. Good. Is he happy about it?
No again.
No, no, no. Good. And what tense is used? I wish I hadn't forgotten her birthday.
Past perfect.
So please write past perfect. Thank you. Now, I wish I had remembered her birthday or hadn't forgotten. And look at this. You see, did you see this? Oh. Subject plus wish plus subject again plus past perfect. That's the grammatical structure. Now, choose the sentence which has the same meaning as the given sentence. You have three sentences. In each, you have two options. Choose one, A or B. You've got just 2 minutes to go. Okay, done. Now, compare your answers with your partners, with elbow partners. Compare your answers, A, B, A, B, A, B. Then you send your answers. Good. Sorry, we couldn't have this Zoom session. Then I could put you in different rooms. All right, so for number one, A or B? A, right? I wish I had gone to the library. Everybody agreed? I took no notice of the teacher and I did really badly in the test. A or B? I wish I had taken more notice. I wish I hadn't taken more notice. A? Agreed? Agreed. Jack didn't tell his wife he was going to be late and she got really angry with him. A or B? Jack wishes he had told his wife or Jack wishes he hadn't told his wife. A, thank you. Now, arkadaşlar, you see, I wish I blah blah, and you have given 5 verbs. Try to make sentences using I wish structure and make changes if necessary. Remember, you are still students. Write your sentences here in the chat box. Muhammad Reza, you are really humorous. I love you, man. I wish I had told the second one that she was not the first one. I think you have the potential of being a bigamist or polygamist, Muhammad Reza. I wish
Not
I
really.
yeah,
I was just kidding.
yeah. I wish I had driven more carefully. I wish I hadn't eaten too much. Good. I wish I had eaten to the whole. I had eaten the whole cake. You hungry, Farzad? Oh, come on, Mr. Murtaza. Muhammad make. Farzad left. Muhammad. Okay, now, thank you. Now compare your answers in pairs. A, B, A, B, A, B again. And then we checked the answers and then we checked it. Now, look at this picture. You see an octogenarian couple here. Uh, they are sitting in the park and they are trying to talk about their regrets, the structure we learned. Uh, A, B again. One, the man, another is the woman. Try to write three regrets for each. Write them down here in the chat box, or you can talk.
May I say?
Yeah.
Uh, I wish I had spent more time with my children when they were young.
Good. What else? Some more. I wish I had blocked you that night. Who is it? Mahdi Solo. You know what? In their time, they didn't have this blocking system. Solmaz said they wish they had an opportunity to change. I wish I had told him the fact, the truth sooner. I wish I hadn't broken my wife's heart. Right? Okay. Man says, I wish I had consulted you more. Yeah. Amir said that. I wish I had known you earlier. Waran Amir, I wish I hadn't left you to go to the pub at your birthday. Good. Thank you. Thank you. So, normally at this stage, I put students in the onion ring, and then there is this inner circle and outer circle. People talk to each other, they give and they take ideas. And what about here? Imagine you are flying to Istanbul and these are the last seconds of your life. Can you talk about your regrets? You can either talk or write. I wish I had stayed in Zanjan. Yeah. Fear won't let. Oh, yeah. Puriya said that, yeah. Because you don't even think about your regrets. You can. At least the very first thing comes to your mind is that I wish I
I
hadn't.
wish I hadn't bought the ticket, maybe.
Yeah, at least from this flight, for example. This, sorry, company. I wish I had seen my family and friends again. Chosen the other airline. Yeah. I wish I had enjoyed my life more. Yeah. I wish I had prayed more 5 times a week. Sorry, 5 times a day. I forgot. Okay. Thank you. Now, I had been drunk. Amir, where did you find this Muhammad Reza? He's a very funny guy. Yeah, look, I want him alive. Now, please bring him to me. Yeah, he has the potential. Yeah, he has the potential. Good. Now, honestly, guys, now you each of you talk about one real regret you have in your life. Real regrets. Muhammad, if you are drying, you better be drunk. Yeah, I'm always drunk, Muhammad. More care of myself. Good. Real. Arkadaşlar, please write your real regrets. Oh, Solmaz is very healthy. I wish I had had more time to work out. I wish I had spent more time playing music. Oh, do you play music, Amir? Good. I wish I had followed my dreams instead of playing it safe. Oh, I wish I had treated myself better. Everybody is okay. Tar, fantastic. Fantastic. So I wish I had learned to play the piano. Good. I wish I had learned more languages. Good. Muhammad, you already haven't taken the life seriously, I think. Why do you wish so? I wish I had
Well,
met.
I took it seriously before.
Aha.
Yeah, but not anymore.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 31, pushing 32 now.
Good. You are quite young. You like my son. Seems like most of us have been so harsh to ourselves. I think so, yeah, Nargis. Good. Thank you very much. That is the end of the sample lesson. Again, you are the trainees, and I am training now. Now, sorry, here, Istanbul, Azan. Now, yeah, it is the reflection time. Look, guys, we already began with the title of Communicative Grammar Teaching Beyond the Rules, right? Can you think of my lesson? What did I do since the beginning to the end of the grammar lesson? Just think. And how I try to teach beyond the rules. How did I begin? What are the stages? You can talk about those four. Yeah. Amir says we forgot about the rules, I guess. What do you mean, Amir? We were thinking about the message. Yes. Good. And then the rules came at the very end. You started with creating meaning first. Yeah. Contextualize. Good. The structure. Yeah. What else did I do? Let me go through the slides. Maybe it can help you more. Look, until here, images. Yeah, use the great potential of images are fantastic. We were thinking about getting our message across, then moved on to the actual use. Yeah. Look, up until here, we were just talking about the pictures, the real beginning of the new language introduced here. When I said, I wish I hadn't forgotten her birthday, or I wish I had remembered her birthday. And what about these questions? What are these questions, arkadaşlar? We wanted to talk about ourselves. We forgot grammar. Yeah, Puriya said CCQs, concept checking questions. And why do we ask them? The reason we ask concept checking questions is when we ask students, did you understand? They either say, they say yes, either because they don't want to lose face in front of others, and they don't want to be rude to you or something like that. So the best way is to check their understanding is to create concept checking questions. Questions which the answer is either yes or no. Yes, but not a genuine answer. Good. Thank you. Perfect. So I got my answers. And then I introduced what? The first meaning it is about regret, then form, then grammatical structure. And what about this part where I ask you to repeat after me? Which one came first, chorally or individually? Repetition. Why chorally comes first? Yeah, confidence. Yeah. People can shout out loud among others, and then individually. And then I did something else. Her birthday. Had forgotten her birthday. I wish I hadn't forgotten her birthday. Why did I do that? What is it called in the jargon of teaching? You know, for students, sometimes long sentences to repeat after you seems a bit difficult. So we try to do it, yeah, backward build up, or your back chaining, or your drilling. Fantastic, Amir. Yeah. Uh, Chongqing. And what else? What is this part in a grammar lesson? You know, basically, yeah, noticing. It is noticing. Basically, this is a very easy task. Just we ask them to recognize which one is which to make sure that, again, they have understood the grammar. Basically, uh, the practices range from very controlled to less controlled and freer. You see, this is very controlled one. It is in the level of recognition. Yeah, in the level of recognition. And here is a bit less controlled. They have the words, but they need to create and change a little bit. So it becomes more free or much freer. yeah, it is. It was controlled practice, but uh, this one was in the level of recognition. And here, what about here? It was the activation part. In this part, until this part, we had a study part. Basically, let me get to the things again. Look, up until this part, I try to engage, the engage part. So I normally go through engage, study, activate, but sometimes in some other methods they go through PPP, but I go through engage, study, activate. Until this part, I try to engage. Then as soon as I said I wish I hadn't forgotten her birthday, it means that the study part begins. And then we have the study part, all the study part. Until here is the study part. And from this part on is the activation part. Activation number one, which is less free, and then activation number two, and maybe you use activation number three. Personalization, yeah. For activation, we try to make the language quite personalized, especially you see here you are trying to put yourself in the shoes of these people, but here you made it very real, very personalized. Yeah. uh, this is what I normally do in a grammar lesson based on engage, study, activate. Okay, now what is this for? I just want you either write, not write, I want you to talk. What is this picture for? Your takeaway. So just share your ideas, everyone, one single point from tonight you think you might use in your own classrooms. But remember my message about the old wise man. Okay, what are your takeaways? Do you hear me, guys? Hello? So, Fatime, if you want to say one single idea you took away tonight, Ghazale, it seems that like every part of the world is, ELT is dominated by women in Zanjan as well. I see a lot of girls. Thank you very much, Muhammad Reza. And clever use of wife was very inspiring from your side.
So the one single idea I took away tonight is that learning happens best when we actively use the language, not just study its rules.
Good. I tangibly went step by step through the lesson. Who said Puriya? Thank you, Puriya. Good. Anybody else?
I think that you moved through all the stages that
Who's
Jeremy Harmer.
speaking?
Yes, I'm Ahmad Reza.
Mama Reza Baba. Mama Reza, yes, go ahead, please.
Well, I think you carefully and cleverly moved through all the stages, proposed by Jeremy Harmer, engagement,
Yeah,
study, and activation.
yeah.
And the use of images was actually very inspiring to me.
Thank you.
And I would like to thank you
You're
for this.
welcome. Thank you, son.
Thank you.
All right. What else?
Yeah, I wanted to mention that when we want to teach grammar, we have to remember that there are multiple layers to the grammar, all of which are important, and we have to pay attention and
And
focus on
touch
all of
them.
them. Yeah, form, meaning, everything.
Good. Thank you. And if we have anybody else who wants to talk, girls are silent. Amir, if you want to ask anybody, because I think they are scared of you. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let them